Hey friends! I have been asked by a few of you for an update on our property search home buying process. So I thought I tried to write it out first. I just tried to write out a post about it on Instagram, and then I wasn't feeling that. And so then I tried to write a blog post on it. That wasn't really happening. So I had to keep pausing like every minute to kind of calm myself down. It hasn't been an easy process. I'll just start out by saying that. It's not been easy mentally. So I'll just jump in and say, as you know, or maybe this is news to you, we are currently living with my mother-in-law. She was very excited, as we were, for us to temporarily move into her house while we are searching for our next and hopefully our forever home. The next time we move, we don't want to have to move for a long time. And so right now we are living in her basement, so with our two big dogs, two people downstairs. We're making it work and we're really loving living here, but we are looking forward to having our own place too. Mostly so that I can, create this market garden that I've been dreaming of for so long, and to have space for my horse, because I miss him and he's living with my parents right now, but I would like him back. Just a rundown of what we've been looking for. At the very minimum, 2 acres, but preferably about 5, and a livable home. And that's it. Like, we are not being picky by any means. We are just looking for a place that is in our price range, that has the space, that isn't too far outside, like too far away from everything, too far away from doctors and things like that. But it's so hard to find right now. The market is not in our favor. And we have been seriously looking, sorry, there's a bumblebee right over here in the lilac bush. So we have been seriously looking and working with our real estate agent since, I don't know, it's been a while. And he is kind of the go-to guy when you want to find land. Because at first we thought, well, maybe we want to build a house, but with the price of lumber and materials right now, that's kind of out of the question. And so we switched our main focus to looking for an already stick-built or even a manufactured home. Like, we are not being picky right now. We just want something that is livable, that we can live in for years and get it to how we want it. We're not afraid of making cosmetic changes or having a few projects to do over the years. We're really good savers, and so we don't mind having those things to save for. The problem is right now in this market is that, well, there's 2 main problems. One, things are selling so high. So we've made a handful of offers on places and we've been outbid every single time, which is frustrating, but we were expecting that in this market. But what we weren't expecting is that we make a competitive offer, and by competitive I mean like, how much was it? Like 15% at least over asking price. And then that offer is just immediately pushed off the table because it doesn't even come close to what other people are bringing. And so we've got that going against us. And I know a big factor right now, especially with everybody trying to still settle into like our new normal, if you will, trying to figure out where they want to be, where they want to settle with like school districts and what work looks like if people are working remotely and whatnot. I know there's a lot of people kind of shuffling around, and I know, I don't know if it's a big problem right now, but at least in the beginning of the pandemic, there were a lot of people coming from like the Seattle area, where housing prices are astronomical compared to here, and they were able to work remotely now, and so they decided to come over here and buy property for cheaper, which great for them, but hard for us because we don't have a Seattle-based salary. So we're competing with a lot of deep pockets. The other issue, and I think, and this one is totally out of our control, and I guess the other one is too, but this one is that there's still no inventory. And so I know all these birds are loud. So with the last video that I made, and actually it was the one that told you guys like, hey, we're on the hunt, I had mentioned in the beginning that inventory was low, and back then that meant that, you know, like 1 or 2 houses would come up on the market like every week or so. But now, I mean, we've gone on average like 2 weeks without having anything come up on the market. So not only is there just no inventory out there, nothing that we can go see, nobody's selling, but when there are places that are available, they're going for top dollar, and things that are listed well within our price range are being sold way out of our price range. And so, sorry, this bird is not happy with me being right here, so. Okay, in the midst of editing this video, we actually did go out and look at another property that ended up being laughable, and I want to show you guys why.
I want to go up and listen.
So it was 10 acres, but what we didn't know was that all of that was this huge rocky incline in the back of the house. And this next part should be pretty self-explanatory.
Oh, goodness. Who would choose that?
Well, even to go tile.
It had a pretty view, though. I'll give it that. So anyway, that's kind of what we've been up to, and it's hard. It's pretty difficult to have to take such a short amount of time, go look at a property, try not to fall in love with it, but you need to fall in love with it enough in that like 15-minute window of looking at the place to decide if you want to make an offer or not. So you just have to put your best offer up front, like right away, to even have a chance to be taken seriously. So yeah, like I said, we've made a handful of offers, and obviously we've been passed up quite a few times. Yeah, there was one house that we really, really liked. It had about 3 acres. It was beautifully maintained. This bird. And it even had like a manufactured home. It didn't have a stick-built home, which those usually go for less money. And so we offered, I think it was like, gosh, how much? I mean, we offered at the top of our price range, even though it was listed at the bottom of our price range that we were looking for. And we got outbid. So it's just really nuts right now trying to look for a home, and yeah, just having to go on this like constant roller coaster of, you know, I love it, I don't know if I should love it this much, okay, but I love it enough to make an offer, and denied. So it's just, yeah, it's quite the roller coaster of emotions to have to go through over and over and over again. I know some people have said, well, why don't you look in like, you know, more rural parts of the state or like look in a different state, but the point of looking here is because this is where we want to be. Like we don't ever want to move again. We want to live in Spokane, near Spokane area. So that's non-negotiable. We know we will find a place. I say that now, but it's hard to believe with the way things are going, but our place will come when it comes. But it's hard waiting for it this long and putting ourselves out there over and over again just to say, nope, that wasn't the one. So yeah, not like a great video, but you guys asked, and yeah, like I said, I was trying to figure out how to put it in words, and I figured I would just say it, ad-lib it, so hopefully that makes sense. I think I'm gonna go move because this bird is driving me bonkers, and I don't know, maybe to make up for this kind of sob story, I'll go show you guys what's growing in the garden right now. So come along, we'll do like a little impromptu garden tour. I think I'll probably mute it because this bird invited all of its friends now and they're all yelling at me, so I'll find some music to put over this. So I'll just say thank you guys for being here with us, for growing with me, for being here on this journey with me. We know it's gonna happen, and yeah, we just have to have faith that it'll happen in its own time. Anyway, so let's go see the garden and enjoy the music that is about to ensue, and enjoy not hearing this bird yelling at you anymore.